Hi, I'm James, the box office artist, and welcome to episode 10 of Ask the Artist. And I'm going to continue with another interview, and I want to thank all of you for the reception I had for my previous interview with John Barber about what an editor looks for when hiring artists. So again, I'd like to get a lot of perspective from many different artists. I think that will help every one of you because everyone has a different story. Everyone has their way. They broke into the comic book industry or into the concept art industry or any type of industry. So I'm gonna try to bug my friends and see if I could get them to talk to you guys and give you some advice as well as advice from me, of course. And one of those friends is a good friend of mine. His name is Alex Milne, and I've known this guy for quite a long time. We met, I think he joined Dreamwave like 2004, I believe, and he will explain his Dreamwave story. But I've always been an admirer of this guy because I said this before at a con, but I always admire his work drive. Because it didn't matter if it was page 1 or page 22, his quality would always stay the same. This guy is a workhorse. This is a guy who loves what he does, and I said it before, I think he is the quintessential Transformers artist. When we were in Shanghai, he was mobbed by fans, and rightfully so. He just has the signature Transformers look, and I admire everything that this guy does whenever it comes to drawing Transformers. So he's a good friend of mine, and actually by the time you're watching this, by the time this comes out, if you're watching this late August, we will both be at Fan Expo in Toronto at the Metro Toronto Convention Center from September 1st to the 4th, and we are actually table buddies. So if you are going to Fan Expo Canada, please come by and say hi to both of us. We are in P14. He is P14A, I am P14B. Come by and say hi. We would love to see you. But he is a wealth of knowledge as well. He has a great story of how he broke into comics, something that all of us can learn from. So here is my interview with my pal, Alex Milne. Tell me about the stuff that you're working on now.
Currently, right now, I'm doing a few covers for some different books. One of them is an exclusive cover for an Indonesia convention that I will be attending in October for Revolutions, like the Revolutions crossover. I'm going to be working on a More Than Meets the Eye Revolutions like one-shot, and that will be written by James Roberts and Nick Roach. So that should be interesting to see what kind of torture they put me through there. And then after that, I believe I'm working on the second arc of Lost Light. I don't have any firm details on what I'll be doing and when I'll be starting that project, but like I know that's in the works.
Now, a lot of my viewers, they want to be aspiring artists and get work professionally, right. like you and I are. So first of all, I'd like to know how did you get started in comic books?
Like how did I get interested, or how did I actually get my start?
How did you get your start?
I got my start through a 1-month work placement that I had to do for my my third year of illustration at Sheridan College, and it just happened that I put in a portfolio at Dreamwave Productions, and they asked me to do some alt mode profiles for the More Than Meets the Eye Armada 3 issues that they were putting out. So I was doing alt modes, and then on my free time I was just doodling like a robot, and one of the editors there saw it and he's like, would you like to do some robot profiles? And I was like, yes. And then afterwards my 1-month placement was up and they're like, are you leaving? And I'm like, well, I gotta go back to school and everything. And they're like, all right, but let us know when you're done and we have a book for you to work on if you want. And I was like, okay, cool. So that was my start in comics. It was Transformers, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Which book was that, by the way?
That was Transformers Energon. I did issue 26 to 29.
So you've been working in comics pretty much full time ever since then. So how many years that would have been like
that's 12.
12 years. 12 years working in this industry. What's the life of a comic book artist? Tell us what it's like.
It can be pretty tough at times. You're always trying to manage your deadline, and you got to also manage out your personal life. And when you run into snags, sometimes bad stuff happens and you fall behind. And depending on the type of person you are, that can really put you behind and like drag on your mental health. So it's a you gotta try and do a balance, and sometimes it's really rough. I know I have a problem with it at times, so I'm trying to work it out, but I don't know. It's difficult at times, but it can also be really rewarding, to see your work out there. And when you finish a project and you're actually happy with it, that's rewarding. And when you get some positive feedback from the fans and they enjoy your work, then that's also very rewarding too, to know that you're putting out a product that people are actually liking.
Well, speaking of fans, then, what's it like then whenever you go to conventions and you see all these people who really want to meet you and all that? How does that make you feel?
It's a really nice feeling, but it's great to meet the fans, and they'll tell me what their favorite part in the book was, or how they really liked how I drew this, or can you draw a couple characters being super friendly, and I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. There, won't do it in the actual book, but you want a commission of that, that's fine.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so speaking of actually working in the industry, so we know it's one thing to break in, it's another to stay in to the industry. What's that like for you, trying to find jobs, to keep yourself going?
Whenever you have a new person coming up and they're showing you their portfolio, trying to break in, I'm always like, are you trying to steal my job? I'm like, are you going to be my next competition there? It's a bit rough thinking that you might be out of work for a bit, but thankfully at the moment I've maintained a steady amount of work that I haven't been I have to go back working at the grocery store and to make the bills here. It's thankfully I've been able to pay the bills, so I haven't found yet that I'm in a situation where I have to worry about finding a job at the moment. Thankfully Transformers is going strong and they like the work. So.
Okay, fantastic. So, a lot of my viewers, they are aspiring artists. What are your tips for them to try to break into this crazy industry that we're in?
Well, tips for being a regular comic book artist, right, is when you're submitting portfolios and everything, make sure that's the best work that you can do. Don't put in anything that you feel is subpar or I just threw it in there. It has to be your absolute best, because an editor or an employer wants to know what the best work that you can do, because they don't want to hire somebody that's mediocre. Second, you have to show that you can tell a story. So sequential art is absolutely important there. Just don't throw in pinups or cover images there, because that's nice. You can do a cover image and spend a lot of time, but if you're crappy at telling a story, then you're going to find that you could be hired and fired very quickly, because you're not able to perform to what their requirements are. Next thing is make sure that you can do backgrounds and expressions and different moods and different types of settings. Don't just focus on science fiction or Transformers or anything like that. Show that you can do a multitude of things, historical drama, real life stuff. It's important to be diversified and be able to do everything, because that will open up a wide range of doors for you. Don't be a niche artist, be a general artist.
Okay, fantastic. That's some fantastic advice. So before we finish off, anything else you would like to say, and where can my viewers find you?
I don't know if there's anything to say. I'd like to thank the people that enjoy my work and for their support. You can find me on Twitter at MarkerGuru. You can find me on Instagram at MarkerGuru001. I have a DeviantArt account. I haven't updated it in a while. I probably will get around to doing it. It's just that I was so busy doing so many other things and the way that you have to upload art there, I'm it's so complicated at times. I'm just so lazy. But and I'm trying to build a website, just that I'm not good at it. But hopefully I'll have one up in the next year or so.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so follow my man Alex. He's the best, one of the hardest working artists out there on the market. I've worked with him, I know for a fact. So thank you again, Alex, for doing this for me. Thank you so much to my man Alex for the wonderful interview, and I hope all of you learned a lot from his story. Please follow my man Alex. You can follow him at Marker Guru, at Marker Guru. You can find him on Instagram, Twitter, and also on DeviantArt. Okay, I think on Twitter actually it's Marker Guru 001. You can find him there on Instagram, Twitter Marker Guru, and find him Marker Guru on DeviantArt and check out all of his wonderful artwork. He is the man, and continued success to my man Alex. And this series will continue. I have interviews lined up, so hopefully throughout the fall you'll see some interviews that I do with other artists, so look out for those as well. Anyone you would like me to interview, maybe tweet them, say I want the box office artist to interview you, I want James Reyes to interview you. That would be great, because everyone has a great story that I'm sure all of us can learn from and help us in the art career that we all want. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Please continue to follow me on social media, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram at Box Office Artist. Please follow me on Facebook at The Box Office Artist. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please hit that like button. Please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this interview, things that you've learned from this interview. And please also follow me on my daily vlog channel, youtube.com/James Reyes. And my name is James. I'm the Box Office Artist. Keep drawing, and I will see you guys tomorrow.